Good morning, and I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday today. We are going to go ahead and your next two pages in your book, 777 and 778, it's simply a check my progress. And so sometime today, tomorrow, Friday, we'll let you finish that on your own. It's going to give me an idea of how well you're catching on with the terms and with everything that we need to know. The bottom part here says estimate the perimeter of each figure in centimeters. I'm hoping everyone has a tape measure, a ruler, or of some sort that you can first do an estimate and then do the actual. Remember, your pinky nail is about a centimeter. So for an estimate, you can go ahead and measure up, and that might give you an idea. Estimates generally are never wrong unless they're way out of the range. But go ahead, 777, 778, read the directions and do those on your own. You'll do fine. Today's lesson that I'd like to go over will be lesson 5, and it's a hands-on, and it's a tile rectangles to find area. And it's a method of just finding the area another way. So it says you can find the area of a rectangle on a grid by counting the number of unit squares. If a rectangle is not on a grid, you can find its area by tiling it, meaning rows and columns, creating basically an array. Find the area of the rectangle at the right by tiling it. They're saying there are 8 columns, 3 rows. So we can say we have 3 rows of 8 squares. And so where it says count the total number of unit squares. Well, I know that 8 times 3 is 24. So I'm going to go ahead, and since I know that ahead of time, area equals length times width. I'm going to multiply those two and get my answer. So the area of the rectangle is 24 square units. Tiling the rectangle shows the array. The array has 3 rows and 8 columns. 3 times 8 or 3 times 8 or 8 times 3, whichever you would want to say, is 24 square units. What do you notice about the product of 3 times 8 and the total number of unit squares tiled? Well, there's simply 24 unit squares. Let's go to the next page. The next page says this, try it. Find the area of the rectangle at the right by tiling it. So they are asking you to create 5 rows. So let me go ahead and take my pen, and I'm going to try to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to try to create 6 columns to represent the 6 units. Try to make your lines as straight as you can. Don't make them look like this. There we go. So counting the total number of unit squares, there are going to be, well, if we counted, that's great. But I also know that 6 times 5 equals, and you know that too. Count by 5 up 6 times. Either way, you're going to find your answer of 30 unit squares. So the area is 30 unit squares. Tiling it, we would say that the array had 5 rows and 6 columns. And we know 5 times 6 is 30. What did we notice about the product of 5 times 6 is that there are 30 units in our rectangle. How do arrays help you model the area of rectangles? Well, an array can help us find the total or the square units of the area by multiplying length times width. How could you use the dimensions of a rectangle to find its area without tiling? This is the formula. area equals length times width. Generally, you're going to see it in cursive. It's going to look like this. Use your answer from exercise 2 to find the area of a rectangle with a length of 7 and a width of 4. All my friends here, you know your multiplication facts of 7 times 4. And you can always do the little song that we've done too. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and you've got it all the way to 28. Singing voice is not going to happen today, though. Let's go ahead and turn that page. On the next page, you're going to love it because it's basically going to be multiplication. Tile each rectangle to find its area. Draw unit squares on each rectangle. There are times where I say certain things are busy work. I think this is busy work. What I would like you to do, though, is I want you to show me how you're multiplying length times width. So I want to see not just an answer. I want to see 6, my length, times my width, and then give me my product, my square units. I want to see my length times my width, but I'm not going to require you to make your arrays and your columns. I know you know that already. Find the area of each rectangle without tiling. That's just what you did up there. Go ahead, turn the page. With this particular page, you are applying your skills now to our word problems. Lucas built a sandbox for his younger brother. The length of the sandbox was 7 feet. And the width was 5 feet. He placed the sandbox in the backyard. The question is, how much of an area did he need in that backyard for that sandbox? Remember to use your formula of an area equals length times width. Also, I want to draw your attention to, they're not just saying square units here, they're saying feet. So your answer will have to be in square feet. I can write feet, the abbreviation FT, with a little tiny 2. That's square feet. Penny created a one-page greeting card for his mom, or Perry. The greeting card had a length of 6, a width of 3. What is the area? Again, we'll do it the same way. Your unit of measurement, though, is inches. Square inches will show you that's the abbreviation for inch. And we've got a little 2 there. In the space at the right, draw and tile a rectangle to represent exercise 11. So you're showing me 3 rows of 6. A rectangle has a length of 8 meters and a width of 3. Describe 2 different rectangles that have the same area as this rectangle. We know this rectangle, if it's 8 times 3, is going to have an area of 24. Let's see if it lets me mark it here. Ooh, think thin. So 2 other rectangles, I need 2 other factors when multiplied together will equal 24. How is the area of a rectangle related to the operation of multiplication? You can again just write the formula if you'd like. All right, your homework is just as easy as this lesson was. So go ahead. Where it says tile, not necessary, you can simply do the length times the width and show me your own multiplication. And our word problems, I don't think anything's confusing here. Careful, circle the number sentence that correctly represents the area in square inches with a length of 4 and a width of 10. Remember what your formula is. That's it for today. I hope you guys had a great Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.